Alrighty, and we're back in the loft with Louie and our special guest Austin. He's a local expert on the topics that we cover.
Just out of frame, we've got Coda.
Yeah, we got the dogs on the set too,
and Tiny Man behind the camera today, operating
his little corner as always.
Yep. Today we'll be talking about 2023's upcoming anticipated games.
Yeah, just what we're looking forward to the most.
Yep.
What's the word on the street about them?
I mean, it's a big year. 2022. I could even say 2021. Straight dookie. Boo boo. Okay, we got God of War. We got Elden Ring. That's awesome. Okay. We knew that was gonna come, but no, there's no black horses. There's no, nothing that really caught my eye. I was playing private server World of Warcraft, so that says a lot about.
It's an interesting one because I think like COVID, COVID hit the movie industry in a way where like they had no movies for a year because everyone was waiting to release it in theaters, and then suddenly they had twice as many movies, and then they had this drought again.
Yeah.
Gaming, like they had the workflow is so much different. Like
especially because
things just got delayed in general. I mean, you can work on stuff from home, but like when you have a 300-person team on a game, like that is so hard to coordinate already when everyone's there.
Yep, that is true. So I agree with that take. I wouldn't blame developers or anything, of that nature. But even that aside, the scaling of game development has increased a lot since back in the day.
I don't think there was many indie games that broke through, too. But every year's got its ups and downs too, however you look at it.
Right. Absolutely. No, but 2023 is going to be it's going to be a good one. Yes. I'd kind of like to start off the upcoming game list with Wolong. So Wolong is a Souls-like set in like I believe it's like Japan. Feudal Japan vibes with Japanese mythology. We got Tiny on the set.
It's not done by the Sekiro guys, right?
No, I don't think it's From Software. I think it's another company. But from what I've seen of the gameplay, combat looks super fluid. I'm really interested in like the enemy design and like the main story itself, just because it's like it's something separate from Software, and the way From Software explains and does the story.
Do you mind if we hold?
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just not sure.
I think it's just turning off. Yeah, just turn off.
Okay, cool.
But
just do a clean take from like a sentence or something.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, separate from Software, because the way From Software kind of does how they tell their stories and their lore is through items and like scattered random like kind of hidden things that you have to search for. So I'm kind of curious how this company will go about that.
Yeah. I mean, there's been plenty of Souls-like clones, some are better than others. So it's just about what elements are they leaning into, and if it's a bad imitation, they're just gonna curb elements and game design ideas without implementing them. But
I feel like
they have their own idea.
Sorry to cut on.
That's okay.
I feel like that's why with most of these clones, they go for the combat aspect of remaking it. Because as you brought up, if you want to learn the lore, you have to deep dive into the items, what you're looking for. You have to have an actual passion for what you're playing with, not just having the fun of it. And to have that layer of depth and design, you have to really want to. Oh my bad. You have to really want to make what you're making. So I feel like with the remix, you just want to. I mean, not remix with these remakes and Souls-likes, you just want to cash in on the hype of it, so you don't put in that layer of depth. That's why they only focus on the combat.
I mean, that's why I didn't play like a lot of them, because they were just like not very intuitively fun to play. It's like Dark Souls 1 all over again, except Dark Souls 1 was like limited by the mechanics that it was developed with at the time. It wasn't really anything crazy, but it was still the Souls-like. Other games can't really imitate that same feeling, but that's why I'm excited for Wolong, because it looks to be backed by a really good studio, and just from what the gameplay I've seen, it looks fire.
Yeah, so. It's not fully my genre, but that's totally okay. It's just I think they're games that I could get into, just haven't. I just know it's gonna be a long, devotion, but I understand why the people that are hooked on it stay hooked.
Grind set, baby. It's hard, man.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's satisfying because everyone wants to be gratified by their level of skill in a game like that. and especially when you're excluding PvP, games like Elden Ring and like Dark Souls offer that challenge that people seek out. It's kind of like what would be the term, masochistic in a way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because bro,
but like
when I got Elden Ring, I literally tried to fight Tree Sentinel at level 5 for hours.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop,
But
you're not even supposed to do that. I just wouldn't fucking stop.
He's right there. He's right there.
But every game's like that, you know, like from Donkey Kong, like the original, you know, Mario, like it's just like it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it's a good tradition of gaming to still be in, you know, and like even if you find challenges in other ways, you know, you get good at games over time. It's just whether you're front loading the challenge or not, you know, putting the final boss right in front of you.
Yeah.
Game I'm interested in, like I'm skeptical about, but I'm not, you know, I'm excited enough. It's the Dead Space remake.
I heard about that like 2 days ago.
I mean, yeah, I
sounds
recently
cool.
heard about it too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I love the first Dead Space.
Same.
As the franchise went on, EA like wanted it to grow in scope, and so they were like making more actiony and less horror-esque. Whereas like really what they should have done was doubling down on the genre that made it successful in the first place. If this can like reintroduce some people to the Dead Space world and then maybe like get some traction for like a new game in that universe, I'm all for it. As long as they don't try to sanitize it too much.
That's what I was hoping
you know?
for when I was like learning about the Dead Space remake. I was like, but is it a new game?
Right.
And of course it's not, but that's cool and everything because Dead Space was like great narratively and gameplay wise.
Yeah,
so it's just like a repolish.
It's a really
it's still
concise
a
story.
classic game even to this day.
Bro,
And
kids of this generation need to be scared the same way I was.
Dude,
So
and
that's it's
one
100%
one of those
Absolutely.
few games I played with someone like in a cinematic way because I had my older sister would watch me play it. We would we'd wait till it was like night and turn off all the lights and like play it on the living room TV. And yeah, like you know, just like we were psyching ourselves up and making it probably scarier than it really was.
Right.
But it was
That's
just
part of the
awesome.
fun of it.
that's the immersion of it, though.
Exactly.
That's when you're into it.
No, yeah,
That's great.
that is going to be really promising though. Austin, what a
No, it's just the word remake is scary these days, but it's such a beloved franchise. I think they understand that they're not going to play with fire there.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's like the whole Witcher thing. Like they rescale or they upscaled Witcher for next gen. It's probably just like a polishing aspect.
Yeah, or The Last of Us. They have the PC port for that coming out, and technically it's a remake for the PS5 too. They really like they reshaded a lot of the game, and it kind of looks worse. I don't really know why they're doing it, but they're doing it. Maybe someone mandated we need a Last of Us release on the shelves when the HBO series comes out.
That's what I was
and
imagining.
it's just
Yeah.
like it was literally like mandated by a dude at Sony or something.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. The PS5 doesn't have a ton of stuff too, so
Yeah,
sure, upgrade it and throw it on. But
No real powerful exclusives. Was God of War an exclusive? No, it wasn't. Yeah, see, they ain't
I
got
wouldn't be able
shit.
to
yeah,
play
no,
it.
God of War wasn't a exclusive this time.
Oh no,
around?
I thought you meant sorry to PS5. It
Yeah.
was exclusive to PlayStation, but not just to PS5. No, my bad.
Yeah. You are right. It's not. It's a Breath of the Wild situation where it came out on the Wii U and the Switch. So all the Wii U fans,
Wii U and this Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
they did that with Twilight Princess too. To be fair,
Really?
So here's the deal.
horrible.
2 times Nintendo said this. They were like, we are going to release a Zelda game on this console. And they spent so long developing the game that there was a new console out by the time they needed to launch it. And so what happened with Twilight Princess is it got a Wii port, and a GameCube port.
That's fucking sick.
And they said
awesome.
technically it's there. We put it on GameCube for you. It's not going to run as well, of course, but it's there.
Hey,
and it's the same deal with Breath of the Wild. It is technically on the Wii U.
that's so fucking crazy. I didn't even know that.
And
I mean, I'm low key disconnected from anything console related because I mean, big PC gang. You know what I'm saying? But
I will say
I still haven't played Breath of the Wild.
Well,
I'm on the list
I may
for
as well
that.
transition this into like it is one of my later picks, but it is the new Breath of
Bring
the
it,
Wild
put
game.
it down, dude.
Because I forgot it was even coming out this year. I mean, Nintendo tends to do things with so little fuss in that way until it's like fully ready. Hopefully, it doesn't get delayed again. I mean, that's with anything here. But
what is it, like Q2 or later in the year?
I think it's maybe Maybe it is Q2. I thought it was supposed to be like towards the end of the year, but
That's interesting. Okay.
I'm honestly,
I
probably should check it out.
That's
probably
insane.
should have known what the date was, but what I was gonna say was I originally played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and then I did end up playing it on the Switch too, and it's one of the best open world games ever. You guys, I'm sure.
I'll give it its flowers. I've watched a lot of gameplay. I was just never a big like Zelda guy, you know.
Right.
Same boat, to be honest.
Yeah. What was so impressive about the world was that they built their own like third person world with its own simulations of like, you know, weather mechanics, like bombs and like checks and balances, and like they just do things like if you shoot a fire arrow at like like an animal, it catches the animal on fire, and then when it drops meat, it's cooked meat.
That is pretty dope.
And it's just like
it's the little things that count, you know?
But the details are all over, and what it looks like, there's very little detail on the new game, but it looks like they've taken this old map that everybody really loved, and they've just added some verticality to it. So they've added like floating islands and like different because most of the promo stuff is about like Link like dive bombing through stuff and jumping onto a platform and then like shoots into the air.
Yeah, that's what they're good at, is making things fun.
But like it's brilliant that they spent so many years building this one Hyrule map, and they're gonna get a second use out of it. But it's also going to probably feel like a whole fresh new experience at the same time too.
That's how
masterfully built.
Yeah.
Verticality adds crazy layers to like games that you wouldn't even really imagine.
In the verticality in the first game was really impressive because you can expand your stamina bar or your health bar, but there's so much climbing in the game that like stamina is really worth it. And you actually plan things. Okay, maybe I could take a break there and then like climb up this part. Like you find yourself rock climbing.
That's
like a good chunk of the game.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And just exploring like different cliffs in that way. And it's just fun to push yourself in that direction. So it seems like they understood that people liked that about the first game, and they're hopefully leaning into it. And I'm sure there's going to be some gameplay design twists too that are probably just going to make everyone go like, what? Like that. You know, we don't even know about, but
yeah, go crazy.
That should be very good.
Okay. You know what? Maybe I will have to give it a good old fashioned try.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you could figure out how to emulate it if you don't have a Switch, you know, or something.
Apparently, like the most emulated games from Switch, or the only ones I would say, is Breath of the Wild and the new Pokemon, which is Dog Duke. I'm disappointed in that one.
All Pokemons are Dog Duke, though, and you must know that as a Pokemon fan. I am. Don't get me wrong. I own them all, but like it's a
what
like
the
they're
fuck was
children's
that?
games.
You guys see this shit,
dude? You like
the heresy is unbelievable.
Here's the
heresy is unbelievable.
Most Pokemon fan will tell you that the only parts of the game that are worth playing are like the post game stuff. So it's like you literally have to get through like all the hand holding of 8 gyms, and the Elite Four.
I love
that you can beat them with one Pokemon in these modern games. Like literally, you just have
'cause it's
Charmander
fucking
as
too
your,
easy.
and then you're like Charmander, flamethrower every situation, and you will be fine.
Bro, you know what I love? I love the fucking grind. I love the hustle.
Yeah, me too.
I love running around in the fucking grass and getting my fucking Pokemon big, baby.
Dude, me too. I don't get me wrong. I say this from a place of love, you know, from someone who loves the grind of it, but is just like it's just not worth it.
This is how many years have we been doing it, man?
Right.
How many years do we
fucking
have to
time.
do
Long
this?
time.
But
wait,
they've done a good thing by expanding into like a third world thing, but it feels like a little bit, you know,
All right.
too late. Right?
Since we're on the topic of Pokemon, hear me out. Let me talk about Pal World, okay? Yeah, you fucking heard me right. Pal World, okay? It's fucking essentially Pokemon, except the trainers have guns and melee weapons and shit.
Wait, is this bastard.
This is a real game. This is coming out later in 2023. And it looks really good. It looks amazing. You can paraglide around with your Pokemon, and you have an M16 of sorts. Then you can do raid boss level Pokemon, and you and your well, I guess they're called pals or some shit. They're not Pokemon technically. TM.
You said it's called Pal
TM.
World.
Yeah, trademark reasons. These are pals or whatever the fuck they're
I
called.
don't know, man. Seems like a game that doesn't get past the Steam greenlight stage.
Dude, it's honestly, it looks like it's gonna be jumping. Hell, people are gonna be playing this.
All right,
shit.
I'll look into it.
I don't know if it's gonna be.
Is this one of your official entries on the
This
list?
is on my list.
Is this like,
Bro,
like
okay,
little border
hear me
comes
out.
up?
At first I seen it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" This is like the equivalent of that movie that's coming out called Cocaine Bear. It's just about a bear that's. So that's like the equivalent of that. But to, would I watch that movie? I kind of think about it. I'm like, probably. Would I play this game? Seems kind of interesting.
Fair
I
enough.
like to grind. I don't really like shooters, but I like to be shooting, and I like having little It's like Monster Hunter, but with guns.
Every game should just have a trailer that says, "Do you like to grind?"
Hey,
and you're like, "I guess."
dude, it's like the 2005 WoW commercials with fucking Mr. T. Do you like to grind, sucker? Same shit. That never happened, but it's like the same thing, But no, I'll transition to a serious one just because I feel like I was trolling there, but like I really did put that on my list.
No, please do.
Where the Winds Meet. So let me just like make my like easy comparison. Red Dead Redemption, but set in like a wuxia kung fu like theme, like Eastern fantasy type beat. So the trailer shows like a lone cultivator walking through a village. And he has something similar to John Marston's like Deadeye.
Mm-hmm.
He's identifying things around like the village he's in. And one of the people he was spying on notices him and like starts pointing towards him, and the village guards start swarming at his location. He does like a series of like the acupuncture body points to one of them, and the guard just freezes, and then he jumps into the air and starts running on top of the buildings. At that moment, I was like, oh my God, that's fucking amazing. Then all the guards jump on top of the rooftops as well. You get like a quick select menu, like it freezes time and it shows all your abilities. I don't know what the fuck happened because I had no context of what was going on, but it looked so fucking
honestly,
fun,
it sounds pretty sick. It
was
giving me.
What time setting is this set in? Like, what is the aesthetic here?
It was like feudal Japan, or not feudal Japan. I keep saying that, feudal China vibes. So like Han Chinese, Romance of the Three Kingdoms vibes. But the reason why I said Red Dead Redemption is because it has that third person over the shoulder effect. And you're in a full, like that village reminded me very much of like simulated environments in Red Dead where there's fucking, prostitutes walking around. There's like people drunk who, if you bump
this
into
game's
them,
got everything, man. It's got prostitutes.
It's got hookers. It's got action. It's got Tai Chi. Okay. But nonetheless, those are good selling points anyways. Why didn't I just say that? But I'm excited. I'm so excited for that shit. Like more than anything almost.
Actually, it sounds pretty good.
Honestly, it sounds like an experience. Pretty cool.
Like it sounds like they're taking like Assassin's Creed and like other like building running, and climbing shit, and
Mirror's
then mixing
Edge
it with like
vibes.
like tons of different like gameplay mechanics. But I always love when people wear their influences on their sleeves,
Yeah.
Because some of the best games are just taking mechanics from other places and flipping them,
And I think like Eastern fantasy has a lot of poor representation in like North American games, I guess I could say in that way. Like I'm more of an Eastern fantasy type guy, although I fuck with Western fantasy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's just all those type games are like Blade and Soul, Black Desert Online. They're theme park MMO vibes.
Right.
Typically they're gacha, so the point of them is to spend money. Most of those games.
Hunt for whales.
And I feel like something like this and another game on my list, Black Myth Wukong, which is also Chinese inspired as well, Journey to the West type vibe. But both of those games are single player experiences that don't have, as far as I know, any loot box systems or gacha or anything of that. And I think that's good because it'll provide better representation of what they can offer. So,
hell yeah.
you know.
Yeah, indie company that I like, making this game called Darkest Dungeon. 2.
I think I've seen that on Steam.
Yeah, so I played the original Darkest Dungeon. I'm sure I either got it for free or like for $5 or something somewhere. But It's kind of based in this like HP Lovecraft steampunk like aesthetic of like cosmic horror, right? And the idea is like you're in like a gothic town and you just like recruit people to go into like fucked up places and like fight monsters and shit with you. But so you take like different classes and stuff like that with you, but it's actually you're trying to keep these guys alive, like that's one thing. But you're also trying to keep them sane. They all have insanity meters.
Oh, I see.
And they can all go crazy just based off of the things that they experience and how far you push them. So like you'll be out in a dungeon and you got to figure out like, am I going to push another 5 rooms and like maybe like break one of my guys forever? Like his will just be gone.
That sounds fucking interesting.
And they have like, you can put them in like rehabilitation like places afterwards and stuff like that. It's all really interesting the way they like take this concept and gamify it. And I thought it was a really fun experience, the first one at least. And I don't know too much about the sequel, but if they're building off of that skeleton, I think they could get something like really good there.
So you said they would recuperate afterwards. So you only have like a limited amount of sanity to go through this.
I mean, essentially, so like if someone, if you push them to the point of like having a psychotic break, it like rolls a die, and it's like they either get a good attribute out of it or a bad attribute out of it.
Right.
And so like a bad attribute is like fear, and it's like anytime they find an enemy, they're going to be scared, and they're like, it's just going to make them weaker in every encounter. But then like they could have something where it's like, I don't know, they overcome some kind of arachnophobia, and they're like, now they get a +2 to spiders, like or something. Like it's all gamified.
Like a make or break moment for them.
Yeah, but exactly, it's like that's the beauty of the game is like it generates stories of like heroes and people and failures as well. Like, and you have an endless disposal of like townspeople to kind of pick through too. So you could kind of
that is pretty far, actually.
I mean, they're all just recyclable at the end of the day.
Yeah, they're just all NPCs.
Real shit though, I hit him with the fucking Pokemon Power World into fucking Where the Winds Meet. Had to do it to him.
So Power World, is that like an ironic game, or are they taking themselves seriously?
That's legitimate. That's serious. That's dead ass.
Dude, say if they're like, I knew they were making the game.
Don't knock it till you see it, nigga. That's going in the bloopers.
How dare you?
How dare I say the N-word on YouTube and be black, right? Fucking what the hell? Jesus Christ. What's happening to America? Right?
I'm glad you said it, not me, man.
Amen to that. Cause anyways. All right. Let's get our claps.
I was just not gonna touch that with a fork,
All right. 3, 2, 1. We're back in action, baby. So, speaking of Darkest Dungeon, there's actually a game on my list called Dark and Darker.
What?
Yes. Nani? Nah, for real. So, effectively, people call it D&D because it's based off of like the base classes of D&D. So, Barbarian, Fighter, Ranger, Wizard, Rogue are in the game right now. And it has a Tarkov survival twist on it. So, you get into a lobby with a maximum of 3 friends, or you can go in solo, and you get put into a dungeon. Now, this dungeon has like, it really reminds me of like old school, like Windows XP RPG games, like kind of the way it plays, because it's more slow paced a little bit, and it's more about taking advantage of the environment to survive and kill other people and then steal their shit. So you already know where there's the competitive edge and the risk and reward. I'm fucking all in there. And it actually looks really fun. I was watching Critical play it earlier today, and I was pretty fucking astounded, like with the small details that they put into everything. And there's like a perk system that goes along with your character. So everything has this accumulated value of like, I really don't want to fucking die right now. I need to survive.
I mean, the battle royale thing of it, right?
Exactly. But at the end, once you like level your character, right, you start getting perks and like items and things that your previous character wouldn't have access to. So if you get wiped, it's like all bad. It feels really bad, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like, I could see myself like, obviously I don't react like this, but like sarcastically pulling out my fucking hair type shit. just fuck, man. But hey, I gotta get it on camera. That's the
No risk,
important
no
part.
reward. You know.
Hey, that's what I love. That's what I like though. And I think that's coming out like Q4 2023. But the next playtest is in February, so we need to get some gameplay of that.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm down to jump into playtest. That actually sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it's
especially for like any game that like hasn't established like the way people play it.
Yep,
and like the
because
online
people are doing
communities.
weird shit. People are doing like a cleric fists like unarmed build. People are doing a wizard with he has a little like a dagger or like a little stiletto thing, and he just buffs the weapon damage. So he runs around shanking people. You literally like shank like this. So he just runs in and out of your melee attacks and just shanks you hella and you die. Cheese ass shit, and I love it.
That's
beautiful. The only two classes that get like true invisibility is wizards and rogues. Wizards can insta cast it, while rogues you have to stand perfectly still, and until you get a perk that allows you to move 10 steps exactly, can't move. So if you go invisible, if they know where you're standing, they can just walk up and just fucking hit where they think you are. You can't run away.
Damn.
So it seems cool. We're gonna have to expect some gameplay of that in February. We'll have to build this motherfucker a PC in the meantime. He's still console bound.
Yeah, I'm still on a PlayStation 4 here. Still
That's
running
right.
it on my little.
Dude,
That's your chassis
it's a
right over
beast.
there, dude.
Sounds like a Boeing.
We'll take
but
out that
You
I
do
love
quite
it.
a lot with it.
We'll take out that 2005 motherboard and fucking get shit popping, baby.
Dude, you know what you should get?
Run something on it.
Just get an Alienware laptop, bro.
No, we are not sponsored by Alienware.
Dude, I hear those Alienware laptops are like the coolest thing around. Because I was playing on one the other day, and I just thought, man, this is cool.
Bro, every time I'm on my Alienware desktop TM, I fucking feel like I'm a hacker. Put on my fingerless gloves, my glasses, log in, overclock my CPU. But I'm the best.
Dude.
Start rubbing all my lotion on my hands. Start moistening up my keyboard. Get the Cheeto dust in there. Start crunching it around.
My RGB lights don't even work anymore. They're just stuck on like yellow.
Oh my god!
It doesn't even matter, man. I love it.
God damn
I love it.
We've been on a tangent hole this one, boys. I like it.
I'm like, I only have like 3 games left to talk about, so I'm like, you know, I gotta
It's
fill
gonna
time,
take at least
man.
2 minutes to shit on Alienware.
It's improv time, boys. Speaking of improv, Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so against you even like putting this on your
Dude,
list at all.
I'll
man.
go to England.
It doesn't even look.
I'll go to Britain and I'll
Whoa.
smack the shit out of J.K. Rowling, nigga. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I want a black wizard. me. I want to get my shit. Sorry, J.K. Rowling fucked up the world and said some ugly shit, but hey, her world is hidden. I can't deny that.
We briefly brought this up before, but as long as I think we can separate her from the Harry Potter
Yes,
franchise.
I
I
agree.
think we're very close to it happening because like all the stars have like been like, yeah, not we're not about her,
Bro,
We can just merge the hate for her and Fantastic Beasts together, and Harry Potter's its own separate entity. It's
listen.
creative art.
Hogwarts Legacy wouldn't have a skin shade slider if J.K. Rowling was still in charge of things. Okay, you would only be able to be white, or you could only be Harry Potter. Those are your only 2 fucking options, and now we have options.
Wait, you're telling me you don't want to be Harry Potter?
I fucking hated playing. That's why I never played a Harry Potter game or a fucking because they're all Harry Potter. He goes and
Dude,
walks around with his little shit.
Dude, he's the cursed child.
He's a fucking nerd. Sorry, that was disrespectful.
That's rude, man. We're
Hey,
gonna lose a lot of people off of there.
I'm a nerd. There's a difference between being a cool nerd and an actual square. Harry Potter was a square.
No, I think the Harry Potter like universe is just as more. I think Harry Potter is like Star Wars, in that the movies themselves aren't all that great. Some of them are pretty good, but overall, people really love the universe and the world building and want to be a part of the world more than they actually care about what the text says.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, like Harry Potter is just like a very unimaginative like hero.
Dude,
He doesn't
I mean,
really
okay.
do anything to help the status quo. He doesn't like Voldemort had
fair.
points.
It's no hate. It's no. I agree with everything you're fucking saying, But like, it's no for me personally.
But Harry
like,
just wants to be a space. Yeah, go ahead.
There's no like, there's no real like. There's character development there, but it's like very rooted in. All right, Harry, Ron, Hermione. Boom. Let's just fucking focus all the character development on them, and then everything else that happens outside of that was all for the sake of the grand plot. Nothing wrong with that, but this motherfucker went to wizarding school for 4 years and learned 2 spells. What? That makes no sense. It's fucking ridiculous. But hey, in this game,
That's nice. They never had time for class because of plot. They didn't get to learn anything, man.
you telling me this guy
Dude,
hung out with fucking Albus Dumbledore and learned fucking 1 spell?
Bro, he was too busy drunk driving his flying car. You got problems? Yeah, he was just going through college. Like, what the fuck did you do? He wasn't even in college, man.
I forgot everyone in the UK can get drunk at 16, so they're all just drunk driving around in their fucking little flying cars over there.
That's why they made Quidditch, bro. That's why it's fun for wizards. That's their. They get to drunk drive for a sport.
That's good. That's a good take.
Yeah.
That's just me praising my own take. That's awesome.
No, honestly, great. Okay,
JK
I'll give you 30 seconds to say something good about the Harry Potter game that you're excited about.
All right, 30 seconds, go. So it's completely open world. You can fly around on your broomstick, and there's no invisible borders on the map. You can go anywhere without instant loading screens. Also, you can learn different sides of magic. You can learn the dark side and the light side, and it has a path effect system on your companions and the way that people see you. Obviously, I'm going... Tiny, chill, bro. Obviously, I'm going dark side on some James Earl Jones shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's for the drip. But I'm Team Slytherin. I'm going to pull up.
Honestly, man, I'm pretty sold. That was a good pitch.
Come on, man.
Flying around on a broom?
Bro.
I mean, come on. At least modding that and seeing what else you could fly around.
Oh, you already know there's going to be big-ass titty
Dude,
mods. You already know. You already fucking know, man. You know what? I'm cool with
Turn
that.
Harry Potter into an anime through this, man.
Actually,
oh, no.
that is a good idea. Second playthrough, anime Harry Potter. Catch it on my YouTube channel. Sorry, guys. I think we're making good progress.
I made the comparison to Star Wars, so that is going to be the segue into the next game.
Bum, bum, bum.
Kind of surprised myself that I put this on the list, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I'm glad you did.
Did you guys play the last one of these Jedi Fallen Order? Thank you.
I didn't because I didn't want to be Kyle Katarn.
You what?
I don't want to be Kyle Katarn.
Oh, the main protagonist.
Yes, I do.
Oh, he is the most milquetoast thing in the world, and that's part of my dude. That's part of my complaint about the first game. Is like the character sold me on nothing.
Destructible.
Got Coda on set. Check for Coda, guys. Yeah, yerp.
Kills a weapon. She's gonna go for it again.
What? Can you give me the name of that protagonist again? Because I don't even remember
Is that how you
his
say
name.
his last name? I thought it was Countess. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong now, though.
Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn.
The first name
Cal
is Cal.
Katarn.
It's Cal.
Yeah, some shit like that, right?
Carl. Okay, so Carl, right?
Kyle. There
is like the most generic protagonist ever put to script, which is fine. And I think they were given such a small slice of Star Wars to work with that they were like, okay, we gotta like just make it work, make it make sense for whatever. And the whole point of the story was like him finding an identity at all as a Jedi. That being said, it's like an Uncharted clone, and it's in like its third person exploration.
Right.
But then it's also got Arkham, Knight elements, if you will, with like the flowy combat. They did pretty good, and like the lightsaber play was pretty good.
That's a fair combination.
My thought was, if I'm comparing this to Uncharted, the first Uncharted is a solid game, but really they're just laying out the mechanics. And Uncharted 2 is like my favorite of the series, because they're able to improve on the entire engine that they've already built, and then also bring more to the characters. And suddenly they're revealing the history of these guys, and it's really good.
Right.
This Carl character is such a milquetoast.
When did it become Carl?
It's Carl.
Carl Katarn.
Carl Katarn.
Carl Katarn.
They left Carl Katarn so basic and so open that
which is perfect.
That's what I'm saying. In a sequel, they could actually do something with him. because his story, they kind of closed his arc in the first one.
Right.
So they really could take it anywhere. I've heard they're going to have multiple fight styles and stances you could take on in this game.
Sounds lit. That sounds lit.
And on top of that, like
transportation
the
now.
platforming was pretty good in the other one. I think I 100%ed it or like near there because like I was having fun going off the beaten path and checking out all the collectibles just to see the actual level design, which is a good sign for a game, you know.
Sure.
So I'm hoping they've been let off the reins because the first one was a good commercial success too. It's one of the few things EA actually did with the Star Wars property too.
Did something good.
No,
well, good for the most part.
I mean, they got that deal for 10 years.
It took them a long time to fix
made like
Battlefront.
4 games. Like, yeah.
Aside from my obvious, sarcastic quips about the game, I think it's great and everything, but every Star Wars game is lacking for what I need. Like, I need Hogwarts Legacy for Star Wars.
I agree. It's
like
You mean in scope?
I need main character syndrome. I need
I need Knights of the Old Republic.
That's why he's fit in such a good spot in the Star Wars universe.
I need character creation, and the stance thing is a good thing. That is really awesome because that is something that's never addressed in any of the Star Wars games. And then I need like a Force Unleashed like perk power system, which they probably had in that game, in the first one, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I mean, not. I think they had like, upgrades.
Dude, I don't think they've focused on stances since Jedi Academy. You're right. That
feels
a long
bad.
time. That's bad.
Why can't I
Oh
do
my
like a
lanta.
form fucking 6 build or like fucking form 1 or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but these
that's
things,
kind of what I look for, right?
And I love it just because it's more expression of yourself, like through the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the best games have that type of depth.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, now that I think about it, I guess sometimes I stray away from more narrative-driven games because I feel like I could just watch a movie. I haven't my choices don't matter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, which is weird to say because it's kind of shitty. Like, I should be excited about like God of War or something like that, but I'm like, I could literally watch the whole thing on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, it's almost like I played it.
As much as I love,
I see where you're coming from, but it hurts.
It
hurts.
does. It feels bad for me
That
too,
feels bad.
but I can't help it.
As much as I love like Last of Us, like that's a cinematic experience in a lot of ways, but then also like Last of Us 2 especially had some of the best level design I've ever played. And like the adaptive AI was really cool so that if you died in an encounter, it still felt fresh. But I agree that like 40 hours of like movie is going to be a lot better than the 40 hours like of like comparatively, right?
Yeah,
like if I could fit in not 40 movies, but 20 movies in that time, right? They probably would have packed a bigger punch.
Well, prime example, Spider-Man. I'm never fucking playing another Spider-Man game unless I can be Black Suit Spider-Man, like in the PlayStation.
Did you play Miles or
Nope.
wait? Did you play the PS4 Spider-Man?
Nope.
Oh, dude,
What?
You gotta try it. Just play the Miles Morales expansion pack.
Because
that
literally
way-
that's
that
a
way-
thing. This is a thing. You can be
he's
Black
the first
Spider-Man.
I want to be fucking no, I
You
want to
said
be
Black-
myself. I don't.
said
Not
Black
all
Suit,
black
man.
people are the same fucking thing, right?
Wait, do you mean Venom? You just want a Venom?
I just wanted a Black Suit Spider-Man, not because I'm fucking black, but because he's cooler.
Well, Miles wears the black suit, bro.
Fair.
For
He
the whole
does have a
time.
black suit.
Pseudo. I'm talking symbiote black suit. So yes, I guess Venom.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Which
saying.
one-
If you want a Venom game, that's a whole different thing.
No, I don't want a Venom game. I just
But
don't want to be.
that's the only reason why he's wearing a black suit.
Oh.
Like it's because the suit is Venom.
Okay,
It's not. He doesn't like dye his suit black.
Can I just get a fucking noir Spider-Man fucking video game, man? Like,
That exists.
Hey, that
in
guy does
Spider-Man
exist.
Dimensions.
I
know.
Yeah.
trust me, I know my Spider-Man lore, man. I know the Spider-Verse. I fucking watch all this shit on YouTube instead of playing the games.
Oh.
Feels bad. Feels bad. Sorry,
All right,
guys.
Fair enough, man.
Gosh, how are you a creative mind?
And speaking of the good shit, baby, Blue Protocol is coming to North America. What is Blue Protocol? It's a MMORPG without PvP, raid-oriented, and it's anime style, and there's in-depth customization and a boob slider. I'm sold.
Attaboy.
That's all I really have to say about that shit. And all the classes are very... It's not the Holy Trinity in the classic sense, Mage, Warrior, Rogue. It's everything... from what I can kind of gather, everything based on how you develop your character can draw from other class archetypes. So there's an archer that can technically heal in the game, which I find to be super fucking interesting because in high level PvE settings, you're thinking just spamming 3 over and over again for my arrow storm or whatever it is. You actually have to turn on your brain for a rotation to make sure that you keep people alive because there's no dedicated healer. So aside from all the, booba stuff and cool anime design, there's actually a good, I won't say good because I haven't played it yet, but there's a decent palpable core there that is like a semblance of a game outside rather than like Genshin Impact or Tower of Fantasy, So it feels good.
Nice.
All right. You have me interested. I won't lie. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. I've pretty much got 2 more on here. First one, I'm gonna throw this as a quick one. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League game. I don't know here. I mean, it's done by the guys who did the Arkham games, and like they could be tough sells, but they are some of the best.
I've seen that.
The Arkham games have
that are licensed,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right. I pretty much have 2 left as well, and then we can get to our special guest. Starfield, obviously.
I mean, yeah, jump in too if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been going so well though.
Well, I mean, I'll hammer these.
Flowing,
away.
son.
Starfield, obvious. We've talked about it on this channel before.
For sure.
Todd will never let me down. He's my boy. I talk to him often, and he says, "Don't worry, it's gonna be good. It just works." And I go, "Yeah, man, I fucking believe it, bro." And I do with all my heart, and I'm not lying at any moment when I said that. Maybe, but I actually wanted to bring this one up. I don't know if it's gonna even be on PC. I'm pretty sure it's like a PlayStation exclusive, but I'm not 100%. It's called Forspoken. It's a young New York woman gets transferred to a magical world, effectively.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That game looks
it's an isekai game.
Yeah, but way cooler and done in like a Western lens of thing.
Yeah.
Like oh my God.
Dude,
the
it
gameplay looks amazing.
Looks fucking awesome.
I think it comes out next month.
Well, to talk about the gameplay a little bit, I mean, it seems like, yeah, all the spells are very, like the whole game is focused just about casting spells, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, have you played Infamous First Light or Infamous Second Son?
No, that was Justice's
or
14.
Dying Light, or not Dying Light. Yeah. Anyways, they in this game, like you basically took different elements in, and like you could like transform your powers through different elements, and like so you go up to like a satellite dish and like absorb it, and then you get like some cyber skills, or you go up to like a chimney and absorb the smoke, and then you do fire stuff. But they had one that was based off of like the plasma, and they spun it off even into its own DLC game too. But the gameplay mechanic of this was so cool because the way it moved, it looks just like this game.
Yeah.
It gives a fluidity to the movement, so it lets you do like the Assassin's Creed style building, jumping and stuff, but you don't have to be as accurate, which is something I think like the Spider-Man game on PS4 did really well, where like if you're running into a building, it automatically kind of push you away from it.
Right.
And it's just like I really love these games that have like that type of experience in mind, because it's not it's easy to be bad at something, and it's not very it can be tough to jump in and feel like you're cool in something. And so like I love that they can try to give these tools to people, but then you can still learn how to be really good at them too.
Right. I mean, I feel like that's when people do the most cracked shit, because it's already like with Dishonored, right?
Right.
I forget the YouTuber I used to watch, but he would do like full stealth runs where he'd like do a crazy blink into catching his own bucket that he threw up towards the blink and then putting it on someone's head and then still being undetected. That shit's crazy. Yeah. But I used to like really try to do crazy shit like that because Dishonored allowed the player to utilize all these powers in such fun and interesting ways that you could really just spend like 40 minutes to an play like 2 hours just on the same map trying to get it like 100%.
Absolutely.
It's so fucking
or not
fun.
even going for an achievement, but like you said, just like I'm trying to catch this bucket, like because I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
It's like
To
actually
try to pull
it's
off.
rewarding your own creativity.
Yep.
Through it. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Well, and that's what I like about like those Hitman games too. Is like it's similar. Like set up a sandbox and then let people play around it and become the
I
master.
forgot about the Hitman games. Those are fire. Those are super fire. Good
I don't think there's
callback.
been one in a while. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy,
would be
sexy
so
bald
fun.
assassin. Fucking walking around suited up, got a neck tat and shit.
In the game, minus 5,000 points because I killed everybody.
That's fair though. Some people
Just playing for the points, man. It's
Exactly.
all
Right.
made
you
up.
gotta be on your murder hobo shit.
Yeah.
You
know?
you stealth kill one guy, get a gun, and then it's over from there. It's done.
But speaking of that, Austin,
I'm changing into the chef's outfit.
That's your, when you're in the chef's outfit, it's over. It's the most dangerous room in every game.
real shit though.
Am I gonna poison you? Am I gonna cut you up? Can I dip you over here? Oh
Too
man.
many options.
La, la, la,
Straight up
la,
too
la, la,
many.
la. No, the only knowledgeable game coming into this year that I've been keeping my eye on is Atomic Heart, and that's been something I've had a bird's eye view on for a good couple years now, because it's been this: is it real? Is it not? What's gonna happen? Type of game for just so long. But it's the idea of it is this: imagine the concept of the eeriness of the BioShock franchise,
Mhm.
and just and then you take the dystopian world of like a Fallout game, you craft it together, and not in the dystopian effect of where it's a world being rebuilt after being destroyed. It's a world that's degrading. It's been overrun by this hive mind AI in Russia, and you're this like human survivor with this cybernetic upgrade, and you gotta like fight back, and it's such a I don't know. It seems like such a cool idea, but there's been so much back and forth on, again, if it's real or not,
Development
because
issues
the
and shit.
development, hell yes. But it has a release date set for, I believe, February 17th. So I'm excited for that.
The
February,
gameplay
March.
looked good. The
It's
gameplay looked
Oh,
very
yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, they look at it's first person. And so that's another idea for my Fallout comparison. First person shooter, you go back and forth between melee, and you have your powers because of your cybernetics. And you're fighting, since you're fighting robots, I think this is cool because you're not going to watch them explode. So you hit them with something, you actually see the dent damage, you slash them, and the more you beat them up, the more they fall apart, because that's what would happen with a robot. They don't get some super anime upgrade. You're breaking their cybernetics. So you're constantly breaking down this weaker opponent. And depending on the intelligence of the opponent or where you're at, since it's a hive mind, they can reconnect and you get a danger level. And eventually you can't get away from it. You're just fighting things across the map. Shit's coming after you. They have an assembly line. They're airdropping people on you.
Damn.
And it's it seems really like an in-depth adventure of like letting you know you're this lone survivor against the world right now. And you're trying to like reclaim your sense of like where it seems nice,
Well, that
but it's
part-
too much promise,
that part
man.
gave
I'm
me
scared.
big like GTA wanted levels, but they actually work.
Oh, yeah,
because
I like
in
that.
the gameplay video I watched with you earlier, they were talking about how the AI doesn't shy away from fighting. So like they showed like a literal horde going after the main character, and the more that you kill them, it seems like the more that they become aggravated. The AI knows of your specific presence, you know. Oh, it's Tiny's food time.
Could you turn the TV off downstairs, do you think?
There. Oh, right as we got him. Right as we got the tiny mon. But no, it's just I've had something else I was just about to pitch out from it. And
I was gonna say
apologize.
I was gonna say the the GTA stuff you guys are talking about. The stealth stuff sounds pretty interesting because for me, I've talked about stealth games a bit, but the whole detection system and sending people out, that just gives you a risk reward built in. So it makes it fun to explore, the area, right?
I also forgot too. There is also a puzzle aspect too. If you're a fan, there are old abandoned like warehouses and such where you can get rare and specified loot, but you have to go through a vast puzzle system to do it. So it's the best if you're really just focused on the shooting story aspect. You have that, but if you want to get a full 100% of the game, you can just entertain yourself with that, and it's cool. So if you're more one who is like in the God of War Darksiders, if you have your nuts to butts action, you're going, and then how do I put this here for like 5 minutes to detain yourself. You got that, and it's nice. I like that little aspect of a game.
Well, hopefully it comes, and with the funding from the fucking 16-year-old Russian oligarch that's funding that game, whatever the fuck's happening.
Hey
with
man,
that
something good has to come out of crypto, right?
one. Yeah, I suppose so.
That's what everyone who's into crypto says.
Yeah.
So. You gotta believe.
You got anything else you want to end on? Anything strong?
Sorry, real quick, I do apologize, but I didn't think this was gonna come out until 2024, maybe 25. But they are saying Diablo 4 is supposed to come out this year, and
the only Diablo I played is on my phone.
I've never played it either. So that's
Yeah, sorry.
Did you do that in the voice because you're fucking kidding, or you haven't?
I'm being dead serious.
Oh, you haven't played Diablo?
I've not played Diablo, man. Yeah.
Oh, why? What do you?
I mean, everyone's got their blind spots. That's
right.
That's fair.
I'm excited. I'm glad. I'm glad you played it though.
You know what? I played Path of Exile instead.
I don't.
Is that bad? Let me know in the comments. But I feel like PoE is better than Diablo.
I don't even know, man.
We're too late into this for me to start on that.
Please though. What is exciting about the new Diablo?
So that. I don't know if there's much to. The
fact that it is Diablo.
Yes, to be honest, because I'm a little scared they're gonna do more of a Diablo 3. I was a huge fan of Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 with just how much they focused on. You don't know the the big bad you got to get, but this whole going through and everything's so dark. You don't know what's behind a door. You don't know if you're gonna get swarmed with a horde or anything. I used to be so intent with Diablo 2. I had the guidebook with me, and whenever I would come to a boss, I would pause the game, flip through, and be like, all right, what am I about to deal with here? Because I'm so scared to die. Dying in that game is almost a death sentence for your character. You lose all your loot, everything. You have to run as this naked guy back to the exact same point where you died, and if you die again, you're done. Your body's gone. You lose all of your loot, all your gold, everything that was on that body.
And you got to make it as a naked dude.
Yeah, it's terrifying, man. And if you're on like Act 3, you have to restart the game.
That's how you instill fear in a man.
And then Diablo 3 was a lot more forgiving.
Right, that's what I heard.
So forgiving.
Actually, I lied. I played a little bit of Diablo 3, and I said, "The fuck's this game?"
So my gaming resolution. I was talking about Breath of the Wild earlier. And I played it on the Wii U, basically beat it, and then the Switch. I ended up getting the Switch, and I just wanted to replay it because I enjoyed it so much, and I put off completing it because of that, and I still haven't completed it in my new file either. So I'm gonna go back into the game, do whatever I need to do to get like good at it again, like spend some time with it. Beat it properly and get ready for the sequel. I think that's in my resolution because it's literally I've been like it's been like 5 years. I feel like of just like popping in every once in a while, playing around, and then like putting it away because I just never wanted it to properly end. You
wanted it to be the never-ending story.
No, I have that with a lot of games though. Like I'll play 90% of it and not like fully finish. Leave something on the table.
That's why Todd Howard's my boy. He said, just let it never end, right? I said, shit, nigga. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, am I right?
Austin, any resolutions
off
for you?
The tracks, man. Yeah, I need to beat a FromSoft game. I still haven't beat any of the Dark Souls, Bloodborne,
this guy
Elden
didn't
Ring.
beat Bloodborne. He collected everything. He collected all the fucking
I'm on Murgo, man. I'm like right there.
He has like almost all the umbilical cords for the secret ending of that game, and the guy goes, "Oh, I can't do it." You need to fucking lock yourself in your room. You need to get that shit done until it's gone, man.
It's not that I can. Just other things come out, other games like, Elden Ring or God of War 2018. I think that was my big distractor back then, and then I just forgot about the game.
You quit Elden Ring after Fire Giant.
No, I didn't even make it to Fire Giant.
So if you had to pick one to finish here, what do you think is the one you might focus on?
I almost said Neo, but that's Team Ninja. My bad, FromSoft. It would have to be probably Bloodborne, to be honest. I need to finish that. It's been too long. It's been too long.
Sounds good.
Bloodborne is a good game.
We've all made our promises.
I'm gonna fucking live it up, bro. And I've already lost 2 fucking fortresses.
Dude,
I'm not gonna stop.
I've already decided I'm gonna beat Bloodborne, not even touch Breath of the Wild.
Honestly,
I'm
if
gonna
he
rub it
did-
in this guy's face that I did his resolution.
I mean,
I'm
you
crying, man.
honestly, that's the fire. That's how you get the fire lit under him, dude.
Just saying.
I have
he
the Tiger
actually-
montage,
the-
me skipping work, playing it in the
he was
living room on the
playing,
big TV.
He booted up Neo, and I was watching him, and it was when I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna beat this guy for you. I didn't beat him, but I got very close, and I never played Neo before. That was when I was like,
That shit was embarrassing.
then Austin wouldn't stop past then. That's the fire he needs. That's the fire that
Took
all
me like
of us
6
need.
more tries, but yeah,
That's
I
the
got
fire
his
we're
ass.
taking into the new year. You know?
That's true. That's the flames that all of us are supporting each other with.
Hey man, 2023, it's the year of me. That's the motto we got to go with. It sounds like a really cheesy
The year
Hallmark
of
teen
me.
movie, but
Austin
you know
said
what?
it, so it must be law now.
Year of me. All right.
Yeah.
Time for me to be incredibly selfish in 2023.
That's not-
Make sure you like and subscribe to the Loft, boys, because this is the best place in fucking America. Coolest podcast in the world. Fuck you, No Jumper. Peace.
What?
Bye.
I might have to cut the No Jumper shit. I don't want beef with them, bro.
A lot easier.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. I run this shit, cuz. Hey, cuz.
Okay, that kinda-
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. It's me. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. It's Nico Mac back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about 2023's most anticipated
Finally get
Bar XXX on 1079 and 23.4 all day, every day. When you're jamming or ramming, you know we are around.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh. Ooh.
wait,
Ooh.
wait. I'm in the booth, and I be smoking on booth.
Oh.
Yeah, yo bitch a booth.
Ooh.
Sorry, gonna hold it.
That's not an ad lib.
But also just like add a normal talking voice like here. Like if you're
So I'm walking here, right?
I'm walking in.
I'm walking around.
I'm walking.
I end up in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
guy's-
yeah, your hot dog.
He's sitting there, he's going, oh, my stomach. I go, what the fuck's wrong with this guy, right?
My stomach.
They come in and they go, all right, it's time. We need to get the shitty out of your stomach. I
No, no.
I go,
I know what
Jesus.
you're doing
I go,
now.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? So, right, these cocksuckers, they're walking around, they bring out the Ghostbuster gun.
Yeah.
Right? The fucking gun from Ghostbusters. And they hook it up to a hose and they go, all right, Mr. Allens, we're gonna enter your anus.
Wait.
We're gonna inject you with some water. Loosen up the sewer.
are these guys giving out blowjobs?
I mean,
Like
This
the
is a
Ghostbuster
hospital,
ones?
sir.
This is back in 1982. A lot of hospitals were giving out blowjobs. But that's beyond the point. Nonetheless, anyway. So they start squirting him with the ghost gun.
So I start squirting everywhere.
Anyways, I started blasting. These motherfuckers blasting, tell you what. I just lit up a 1972 Pall Mall. I was smoking it, and all of a sudden, shit's flying everywhere. Guys going, oh! They took out the fucking Ghostbuster gun, and they said, Jesus Christ, we don't have any PPE on.
Guys.
There's shit everywhere. They didn't want to report to OSHA, so they said, hey, Mr. Lee, we'll move you to a new room, right? And, you know, that was back in 1972 when
And
Michael
that's-
Jordan beat the Knicks.
That's why I only work union.
And that's why I don't go to the hospital.
Beautiful. Just
The
beautiful.
only day you could not find a towel in that hospital.